Question of what a soul retrieval is. It's also called psychopumping. This is a EurAsian shamanic technique, and in Mongolia they still are currently practicing it. It is based off of the belief that the soul is three parts. That we have a lower part, a middle part, and an upper part. When we pass, the lower part goes into the underworld, the middle part goes into a place in nature, that's why we can hear our ancestors, and the upper part is a bird form and has your head on it, and the Egyptians call that your ka. So when a traumatic experience happens, the ka, the little bird part of it flies out of your body and it stays in the place where this offense happened. This leaves a fracture and a hollowness in the being that then it leaves a space for entities and other beings to come abound and start to influence. In traditional cultures, they still go for the soul 3 days after the offense has happened. In Mongolian technique, they will gather the community and they'll call back the person. They'll call them back, they'll say your horse misses you, your family misses you, so on and so forth. In the process, there's usually a drum, and the shaman rides the drum like a horse into the other world. We just had a frangipani drop down. Beautiful. But so when you do a soul retrieval, you are going for a soul part that happened at an offense. Then you are retrieving that part, placing it in your heart, and then you're going back to the body, and then you cup your hand and you blow the soul back into the crown of the head, and then as you hold on to the back of the heart. So this then makes the person feel fuller, more alive, better, but then they do have to deal and heal the reason that that soul part left. So it can be an emotional process after the fact, because you do have to face the reason that you left in the first place and that this trauma happened. So soul retrieval, these days I find I am able to call upon my psychopomp guide, and I don't necessarily need the drum to go get that soul part. Other times your soul part is ready to come back and is hanging around outside of you, so it's very easy to get a hold of them. Once you get that soul part back, though, it is also important to do the process of growing that soul part back up to the age that you are now, so that you are completely balanced, completely whole, and completely present. That process of growing that soul part back up, you will have desires for things that you wanted at that age. So if it happened at 4, all of a sudden you want lollies. And it's important to do things that that part wants to do at those times, but then also work on healing that initial trauma so that they don't just leave again. Because if they feel like the body is unsafe, they will not stay. They will just pop back out. And you'll end up feeling this hollow feeling again, kind of thing. So I hope that answers your question on what is a soul retrieval and what is psychopumping. If you had multiple traumas, at times when we go for the soul is unconscious, and there's no point in bringing a unconscious soul part back. It means that they are not ready, and if the person is not being safe in their choices and doing healthy choices, it's difficult to bring the soul part back, because if the body is not safe and there's not safe choices happening, then the soul part will not feel safe and stay. So be well, blessed, and we'll talk to you later.